Hello mga beshi! I am Mama Lu and welcome to my channel.
Hello fellow teachers! Ang video po na ito ay about sa classroom observation tool para sa mga proficient teachers or ang teacher 1 to 3 para sa school year 2020-2021. Ang classroom observation tool para sa RPMS ay ayon sa new normal situation na dulot ng COVID-19 pandemic. Ito ay gagamitin para sa school year 2020-2021. May 5 rubric level na gagamitin sa COT. Ito ay ang level 3 hanggang level 7. Level 3, kapag ikaw ay nasa organizing pa lamang, ano ang ibig sabihin nito? The teacher demonstrates a limited range of loosely associated pedagogical aspects of the indicator. Number 4, developing. The teacher demonstrates a range of associated pedagogical aspects of the indicator that sometimes are aligned with the learner's developmental needs. 5, applying. The teacher demonstrates a range of associated pedagogical aspects of the indicator that usually are aligned with the learner's developmental needs. 6. Consolidating. The teacher uses well-connected pedagogical aspects of the indicator that consistently are aligned with student development and support students to be successful learners. 7. Integrating. The teacher uses well-connected pedagogical aspects of the indicator to create an environment that addresses individual and group learning goals. May 3 indicators ang COT para sa taong ito. Iisa-isahin natin ang mga nilalaman ng bawat indicator. Indicator number 1, apply knowledge of content within a cross-curriculum teaching areas. Level 3 ang makukuha ng teacher kung may minor error sa content sa pag-present ng lesson or sa mga kasagutan sa mga tanong o comment ng mga mag-aaral. Para naman sa feature practice para sa level 3, number 1, may ilang kaalaman sa mga ideya tungkol sa lesson, ngunit hindi nakapagbigay ng solid na connection. Number 2, may konting pagkakamali sa pag-present ng lesson, subalit hindi naman nakaapekto sa kabuuan ng learning process. Level 4 ka naman kung ikaw ay may wastong kaalaman sa mga pangunahing concepts na makikita sa paglalahad ng lesson at sa mga kasagutan sa mga tanong at comments ng mga mag-aaral. At magkakaugnay ang nilalaman ng aralin. Level 5, kapag ang guro ay may tumpak at malalim na kaalaman ng karamihan ng konsepto sa paglalahad ng lesson at sa mga kasagutan sa mga tanong ng mga mag-aaral na nakatutulong sa kanilang developmental learning needs. Ang level 6, kapag ang guro ay may tumpak at malalim na kaalaman sa lahat ng mga konsepto sa paglalahad ng aralin at sa mga kasagutan ng mga tanong na nakatutulong sa developmental learners' needs at pagtataguyod ng pagkatuto ng mga mag-aaral na isasagawa ang makabuluhang koneksyon across curriculum learning areas. Level 7 naman, kapag ang guro ay nagagamit ang tumpak, malalim at malawak na kaalaman ng content at pagtuturo upang magkaroon ng conducive learning environment upang makamit ang malalim at sophisticated understanding of the teaching and learning process to meet individual or group learning needs within and across curriculum teaching areas. Indicator number 2. Ito ay tungkol sa plan and deliver teaching strategies that are responsive to the special educational needs of learners in difficult circumstances, including geographic isolation, chronic illness, displacement due to armed conflict, urban resettlement or disasters, child abuse and child labor practices. Para sa indicator number 2, level 3 ang guro kapag ginagamit ang hindi tiyak na paraan sa pagtugon ng special educational needs of learners in difficult circumstances. Level 4 naman, kapag ginamit ang bahagyang naaayon na paraan sa pagtugon ng special educational needs of learners in difficult circumstances. Level 5, kapag ginamit ang naaayon na paraan sa pagtugon ng special educational needs of learners in difficult circumstances. Level 6, kapag ginagamit ang iba't ibang paraan sa pagtugon ng special educational needs of learners in difficult circumstances. Level 7, kapag ginamit ang malawak na pamamaraan sa pagbuo ng learner-centered environment para sa pagtugon ng special educational needs of the individual and group of learners in difficult circumstances. Indicator number 3, select, developed, organized, and use appropriate teaching and learning resources, including ICT, to address learning goals. Level 3 ka naman kapag ginamit mo ang learning resources kasama ang ICT or ang Information Communication Technology na hindi gaano angkop sa mga layunin. Level 4, kapag ang ginamit ay ang learning resources kasama ang ICT or ang Information Communication Technology na paminsan-minsan ay naaangkop sa mga layunin. Level 5, kapag ang ginamit ay ang learning resources kasama ang ICT or ang Information Communication Technology, sa pangkalahatan ay naaangkop sa mga layunin. Level 6, kapag ang ginamit ay ang learning resources kasama ang ICT which are consistently aligned with the learning goals. Level 7 naman kapag ang ginamit ng guro ay ang malawak at iba't ibang learning resources kasama ang ICT or ang Information Communication Technology na naaangkop sa learning goals. Dahil nga sa pagbabago na dulot ng COVID-19 pandemic ay nagkaroon ng pagbabago sa learning delivery modalities ng mga guro para sa mga mag-aaral. Kaya nagkaroon tayo ng alternative classroom observations upang masubaybayan ang performance ng mga guro habang nagtuturo sa kanilang mga mag-aaral. Meron tayong tatlong alternative classroom observations gaya ng number 1, online observation. This applies to teachers who will adopt online synchronous learning regardless of the number of classes and learners. Number 2 is observation of a video lesson. Ito naman ay para sa mga teachers na gamit ang video lesson. Sa video lesson must have been used in lesson delivery as part of the supplementary materials or as one of the learning materials for online asynchronous learning. It is not the same as the video lesson for TV-based instruction. So a video lesson must be SLM-based or MELC-aligned. A teacher can use any recording device to record himself while teaching a lesson. A video lesson can be stored in a cloud like Google Drive or any storage device like flash drive, or uploaded to an online classroom like Google Classroom or learning management system or a learning management system. Number 3 is observation of a demonstration teaching via Learning Action Cell or the LAC. Ito ay kung hindi maaari ang option 1 at option 2. This applies to teachers who will adopt pure modular learning, whether in print or digital, radio-based instruction, and TV-based instruction. So gagawin ang demonstration teaching during LAC session. So meron tayong alternative classroom observation processes. The alternative classroom observation processes are almost similar with the process of classroom observation done face-to-face. The pre-observation, observation, and post-observation are still followed with minimal modification. Ang first process sa alternative classroom observation ay ang pre-observation process. Ano yung tools or forms needed? The COT, RPMS, and the rubric. Sa online observation, ang observer ay mag-review ng COT, RPMS, rubric appropriate to the position of the teacher to be observed. Meet the teacher to discuss the schedule and the online platform to be used. Si teacher naman, review the COT, RPMS, rubric appropriate to his or her position, then plans the lesson based on the indicators. Sa observation of a video lesson, si observer ay mag-review ng COT, RPMS, rubric appropriate to the position of the teacher to be observed. Meet the teacher to discuss the schedule of submission of the video lesson. Si teacher naman, mag-review ng COT, RPMS, rubric appropriate to his or her position. Plans the lesson based on the indicators. Delivers the lesson using a video recording device. Sa observation of a demonstration teaching via LAC or Learning Action Cell naman, si observer ay mag-review ng COT, RPMS, rubric appropriate to the position of the teacher to be observed. Meet the teacher to discuss the schedule of the LAC session intended for demonstration teaching. Teacher naman, mag-review ng COT, RPMS, rubric appropriate to his/her position. Plans the lesson based on the indicator. The second process is the observation. Ang kailangan na form ay ang observation notes form. Si observer, kailangan niyang mag-access sa online platform at the scheduled online class and record all comments on the observation notes form. Si teacher naman, delivers the lesson in the chosen online platform. Sa video lesson naman, the observer views the video lesson after submission and then record all comments on the observation notes form. Si teacher naman will submit the video lesson to the observer. Sa LAC naman demonstration, ang observer will sit at any available seat and record all comments on the observation notes form. The teacher delivers the lesson on the agreed time and location. The third process is the post-observation. The forms needed are the rating sheet, inter-observer agreement form, and the observer will rate the teacher. In case of multiple observers, they will discuss the rating with fellow observers, decide on the final rating. So ito ay gagawin sa online observation, sa video lesson, at sa demonstration through LAC. And then the observer or observers and the teacher meet to discuss the results of the observation. They affix their signatures on the rating sheet or the inter-observer agreement form. Dalawang classroom observations lang ang kailangan para sa entire school year. So, ang bawat ratees ay kailangan mag-submit ng dalawang classroom observation tool or COT rating sheets or inter-observer agreement forms as MOV for objectives that require such, gaya ng objectives 1, 5, and 7. The alternative classroom observation should follow this time frame. Classroom observation 1 should be done between January and March 2021. Classroom observation number 2 between April and May 2021. Meron tayong frequently asked questions on the alternative classroom observations for RPMS school year 2020-2021. Topics: general questions. Number 1 question: what are the alternative classroom observations for school year 2020-2021? Answer: there are 3 modes of observation for school year 2020-2021, namely online observation, option 1, observation of a video lesson, option 2, and observation of a demonstration teaching via LAC, or option 3. Question number 2, who or what will determine the mode of observation? Answer: the modality adopted by the teacher will determine the mode of observation. Next question: I will adapt 2 to 3 learning modalities, blended learning, for the school year. What do I consider for observation? Answer: if online synchronous is one of your modalities, take option 1, online observation, as the sole mode of observation. If online asynchronous is one of your modalities and online synchronous is not possible, take option 2, or observation of a video lesson. If online learning synchronous or asynchronous is neither of your modalities, take option 3, or observation of a demonstration teaching via LAC. Next question: can I shift between modes of observation? Answer: no. Use only one mode of observation for the entire year. Question: how many observations are required for school year 2020-2021? Answer: only 2 observations are required. Questions for online observation. Question 1. I only have 1 online class with 5 learners in a week. Does online observation apply to me? Answer: yes. Online observation applies to teachers adopting online synchronous learning regardless of the number of classes and learners. Question number 2. Does online observation apply to blended learning? Answer: yes, as long as online synchronous learning is one of your modalities in blended learning. Observation of a video lesson. Question 1. How do I create a video lesson? Answer: you record yourself while teaching a lesson using any video recording device. Question: can I submit a video lesson that is not used in any of my classes? Answer: no. A video lesson must have been used in your lesson delivery as part of your supplementary materials or as one of your learning materials for online asynchronous learning. Question: is the video lesson used for TV-based instruction? Answer: no. The video lesson is a teacher-made learning material used for online asynchronous learning. Question: how do I let my observers access my video lesson intended for observation? Answer: give your observers access to the storage cloud like Google Drive or any storage device like flash drive where the video lesson is saved. You can also give access to your online classroom in Google Classroom or a learning management system where the video lesson is uploaded. Observation of a demonstration teaching via Learning Action Cell or the LAC. Question: in what learning modality does observation of a demonstration teaching via Learning Action Cell or LAC apply? Answer: This mode of observation applies to purely modular learning, print or digital, radio-based instruction, and TV-based instruction. Question: why is LAC utilized for teaching observation? Answer: this may be the best time to use LAC as an opportunity for both ratees and observers to discuss collegially strategies in improving the teaching and learning processes, especially in addressing challenges in learning delivery brought by the pandemic. Ito naman ang sample ng rating sheet para sa COT for RPMS para sa Teacher 1 to 3. Kung mapansin ninyo, 3 na lang ang indicators and merong 5 levels na na-discuss ko na kanina kung ano yung mga indicators dito. Ito naman ang sample ng Inter-Observer Agreement Form na gagamitin ng mga observers. Ito yung gagamitin pag may more than one observer ang mag-o-observe sa teacher. So makikita ninyo 3 din ang objectives. Pattern lang din ito doon sa COT rating sheet. Ito naman ang sample ng Observation Notes Form kung saan isusulat ng observer ang kanyang na-observe sa kanyang ratee during the observation. Sana makatulong ang video na ito upang maunawaan kung ano ang nilalaman ng Classroom Observation Tool para sa Teacher 1 to 3 or Proficient Teacher para sa school year 2020-2021. Thank you for watching. God bless everyone. Please subscribe to my channel and click the bell icon for more updates.